Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be in Acts chapter 4. Man, we hope you guys are reading along with me and Trey. We're really enjoying this series so far. We hope you guys are too. Have you ever been making a salad? You're chopping up your lettuce, your spinach, your carrots. Maybe you're getting crazy, you're throwing strawberries in there, and you're cutting up tomatoes, and you come across a rotten tomato. Now, being a normal person, you would not use that tomato, right? You put it aside, you throw it away, you put it in your compost, whatever you want to do with it. You reject it. In Acts chapter 4, we see Peter comparing Jesus as a stone that has been rejected by builders. Now, picture this with me. Let's go to a construction site. You have builders here, and they have a stone, and they reject it because it's not the stone that they need. The Jews rejected Jesus. He was not the Messiah that they thought they needed, or he was not the Messiah that they pictured. But we see in verse 11 that Peter says that this stone that has been rejected by the builders has now become the cornerstone. Jesus is the cornerstone. He is the most important person in God's kingdom. The church is built on Jesus. He is the head of the church. He has all authority right now in all of heaven and all of earth. Right now he is sitting at the right hand of God. Jesus is also the cornerstone for believers. He is the sure foundation on which we stand. And when storms and winds come, we are not shaken because Jesus is our sure foundation. And so in Acts 4, we see Peter, he's arrested for healing a lame man. And he's brought in front of the Sanhedrin, a Jewish council that's full of religious leaders in the Jewish community. And they're questioning Jesus, or they're questioning Peter. They're saying, by what power have you done this? Have you healed this lame man? And we see Peter boldly proclaiming that in the name of Jesus, this man was healed. Boldly proclaiming the resurrection of Jesus and his death and his resurrection. Despite threats and danger, we see Peter boldly standing for Christ. Why? Why is Peter risking his life for Jesus? How is Peter able to boldly proclaim the good news? It's because Peter loves Jesus. He loves him. Peter says in verse 12, there is salvation in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. Peter is saying there's no other way to God except through Jesus. Peter is saying Jesus is all I have. I am helpless without him. Man, Jesus has saved Peter from his sin and from death and has given him life. And Jesus offers that you today. He offers you life. And so this Acts series, part of it is me and Trey are challenging you guys to boldly proclaim Jesus, to speak, to take your faith from inward to outward, to tell your friends, your family, your classmates, and go to the ends of the earth proclaiming Jesus. First, before we boldly proclaim Jesus, we must first be in love with Jesus. And many of you today listening to this video, maybe you're a believer in Jesus, but your love for him is lukewarm. Loving Jesus more is not about trying harder. Man, that just makes us focus on ourselves more when we need to be focused on God. Instead, we need Jesus to help us to love him more. We can go to God in prayer and say, persistently ask God to help us to enlarge our hearts to love him more and to love others more. Be honest with God. That's my challenge for you guys today, to reflect. Do you truly love Jesus? Do you truly love him? And then be honest with God and go to him in prayer and say, God, enlarge my heart. Help me to love you more.